Oh, I hear you guys talking about Victory Monday. Only one way to get that. Let's see some hustle out there. We got a big game on Sunday.
Ready, ready! Ready, go! Ready! 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 Hey, Lobo! Down! Hit the block! Ready, ready! Set, hut! 30 back, hut, go! Let's go! 50, set, hut! Here we go, here we go! And hut, go! Come on, set! Return! 132! Ready, ready! 91, set, hut! Let's go now! 18 Gator, 18 Gator! Set up! Ready up! Set go! Set ready! 10, Tuscan! Hut, hut! Set! 60 Pittsburgh! Hut! Here we go! 70 Indy! Let it go! Here we go! Set! 60 Outlaw! Ready! On the double! Hook! Ready! 10, Lobo! Ready, ready! Down! Hit the flag! Hut, go! Cheat up, cheat up! Ready? Set, hut! Set, hut! 30 base! Hut, go! Hustle, hustle! Ready? Right! Return! 132! Fire! Let's go! 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie. Set hut! Here we go, here we go! And read! Set up! on, set. 60 orange. Set, go. Ready, ready. 90, whoa. Hood, hood. Let's go now. 18 Gator, 18 Gator. Hood. Set, ready. 10, Tuscan. Ready, go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Ready. Ready, set. Hood.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We are moments away from kickoff, and we've got a good one on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games. On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 of 5 before that. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2008 draft, the man they call Matty Ice, quarterback Matt Ryan.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Now a play fake here on first down. And finding the tight end, Hooper. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. The numbers in last week's game for Hooper. 5 catches, 56 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is number 1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the carry, here's Smith. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. And here's the offense now. Charles, who's the guy you chose to highlight?
The tone setter, the guy in the middle, Alex Mack. His return, never good for the opposition.
On 2nd and 9, Ryan, he's airing it out. And this is caught at the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, his 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
This is fielded at the goal line. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Panthers now under head coach Ron Rivera. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
To throw, Brissett. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable target in this league.
Loves to be considered the number 1 option in the passing game in the offense he plays, and he lives up to it. Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
54, Mike. Check.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
Well, certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Golden.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Brissett. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. A give to Smith out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Come on, QB, come on.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Finding Green complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. This is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it with Scarlett, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Ready, we're ready, we're ready. 54 Mike. Double dog, that's the way.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Time of factor as Ryan will hustle into the line. He completes it to Jones. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Complete to Jones. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. It's caught. Smith. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Ryan to the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. Caught by Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the Browns who were winners in that one at home. 28-14 was your final score. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Oakland. And they were winners in that game over the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Derek Carr, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And it was the visiting Chicago Bears who come away with the victory. Mitchell Trubisky, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. In our game is Jacoby Brissett, who's led the way on offense in the first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On third down, Brissett got his target, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there on third down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Brissett. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Brissett. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board and get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They go play action now. Ryan under a heavy rush, and down he goes. K'Wan Short able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan's got Hooper on the short connection. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And it's fielded at the 34. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Smith. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Again, McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
he wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a run with McCaffrey. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's got this down to the 35. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made by the 2nd-round pick, Isaiah Oliver. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So Ryan and the Falcons down by 8, 30 seconds to go. And they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a first down. Caught by Sanu. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. One last shot for Ryan. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming. The Hail Mary, they just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for Carolina, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.
All right, gentlemen, we've made way too many mistakes this week, okay? Football's a simple game, but you keep making these silly mistakes, we're not gonna win.
Set, hut, 30 base. Hut, go. Let's go. 15, we good. 22, order. Here we go, and read. Set, hut. Come on, set up. Ready. 90, wolf, set, go. Let's go now. Hut. On the set. Hut. Set, ready, go. Set, 18, ready.
All right. Small steps in the right direction. That's what we've been talking about. And you know what? Today you took a lot of those small steps. I'm proud of you. Keep it up.
Hut. Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Ready. Ready. 70 Indy. Hut, go. Down. 60 outlaw. Set. Hut. Set, hut. 10, Lobo. Hut, go. On the ready. We go. 132. Butter. Let's go. Flat. Set, hut. That's faster. Here we go. 30 base. Set up. Okay. Break. Set, go. Come on, set. 15 Lonnie. Hut. Ready, and read. Hut. Let's go. Get set. Let's go now. 60 orange. Ready, go. Ready. Rocket. Set, ready. 90 wolf. Hut. 18 Gator. Ready, ready. Ready. Hut, go. Here we go. 10, touch scared. Set, hut. Here we go. Set. 6 to Pittsburgh. Hut, go. Ready. 70 ending. Return. 132. Right up. Down. 60 outlaw. Set hut. Ready up. Set up. Let's go. Set hut. 10. Lobo. Single. Let's go. Hit the plan. Hut, hut. Here we go. Here we go. 30 base. Hut. Come on, set. 15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. Ready, go. On the double. Ready.
Men, you're going to like what you see in the film room this afternoon because today was a great practice. The coaching staff, we can't ask for much more. You guys consistently do that, and we are going to find ourselves in the playoffs. Good stuff.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach.
Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett. Play fake, Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Alex Anzalone charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Herbert, blitz coming, and down he goes.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. How it's long distance now? Let's go to that play.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
47's the mic. And let's get that home.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Unable to corral him. He fights through. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Ready?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
No score after one on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert, they'll set up the screen now to Kamara. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. From the gun, Herbert looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Brissett. It got his man complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now left side on the swing pass. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So that drive began at their own 3. They wind up getting 3 out of it.
And to me, the mentality to begin the drive, that was probably the key to everything. Let's just make sure we take care of the football, give ourselves some room, and maybe punt it away. Instead, it started at the 3, and it ended with 3 points.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Second quarter. 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Looking to throw. Herbert gets it to Meredith, complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. Herbert, he gets it to Thomas. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the gun, Herbert. And he finds Cook. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Gerald McCoy in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And this oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Going the other way.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the Ravens who get the win at home. Cam Newton, another terrific performance as his guys up their record now to 11 up and 2 down. We'll stay in the AFC North as we head over to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Raiders. A field goal, the difference. 17-14, the final. And one more to highlight. A good one on Monday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. For the call of the second half, maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Now they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Sheds off the tackle. Still going. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have taken the lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Sheldon Rankins. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. To throw, Brissett. Airing it out for Olsen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
And I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And his throw is incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. That takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
15-1. 15-1. Come.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll run with a fullback, Zach Line. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's going to go down again. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Herbert completes this one to Meredith. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package. 6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Operating from the gun. Herbert. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. To throw on 2nd and 10. Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Complete to right. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
To throw on 2nd down, Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
On the ground, Kamara trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Four down. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Again, it's Kamara, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room.
Certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for New Orleans,